What was that you were on? New York Times?
New York Times Magazine.
Really?
Yep.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to coverage of the APA 9-Ball Doubles Championship from here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. This event, of course, brought to you by the American Pool Players Association as part of the Showdown Series being held in conjunction this week with the APA Pool Player Championship. I'm your host, Jason Bowman, and I'm joined by New York Times cover girl, Ava Mattia Lawrence. Ava, welcome back.
Thank you. So far, you've done pretty well. You know, you swore you were going to come up with a different one every time, and you have.
Well, there were so many different introductions that I can use for you that I decided I would just use a different one every time.
Very
Right?
impressive.
So
yeah.
it is getting a little more challenging.
Yeah, one more day tomorrow.
One more, two more rounds. All right, so welcome, folks. We are in the final round of the 9-Ball Doubles Championship. I know the players are anxious to begin, so let's run through some of the ground rules of the match you'll be seeing here. Of course, as with any APA event, this tournament will be played according to APA rules. Features any combination of men or women. Players here will be alternating shot, not turns. That's one thing to kind of keep an eye on. You're going to see a player make a ball, and then their teammate will come up and attempt to make a ball as well. So there is one coaching timeout per team, per game allowed, and matches are played according to the APA 9-Ball Doubles Championship Handicap Race Chart. Of course, you're seeing some of the what's at stake here in the final match. The winner of this match will take home $3,500. The runner-up is going to take home $2,300. We saw both of these teams competing a few moments ago in the semifinal round. Go ahead and meet our teams here. We have from Woburn, Massachusetts, the team of Last Minute Decision. You have Chris Whitlow and Adam Ray, both skill level 4s, racing to 31, and their opponents are from Fort Washington, Pennsylvania, the team of Droppin' 9 that consists of Jacqueline Wargo and Matt Kornfeld. Jacqueline a skill level 4, Matt skill level 5. They are racing to 35. So, Ava, if the semifinal round was any indication, this may go quick, and quicker than quick. The semifinal round went very quickly. As with most of our 9-ball, of course, it is point-based, so each ball pocketed will earn the team 1 point. Each 9-ball pocketed is worth 2 points. So we are ready to get underway. This is Chris Whitlow here in blue with the break.
Good break. It makes a couple of balls on the break and a shot on the one ball as well for his partner.
So a
2
good
points
start
right off
for
the bat.
last minute decision.
No, you were talking about 9-ball being a quicker game, and it makes sense because there's only one ball that you can shoot at all times. There's much less thinking, needless to say. Especially at this level, you're trying to make sure you just get a point even if you don't run all the way out. In the pros, the way we play 9-ball, obviously you get a point for the 9-ball, so there's a lot of thinking as far as can I get all the way out, and the first 8 balls are essentially worthless. Here, every shot that you make is worth something potentially. So
This is Matt Kornfeld here for the team of Droppin' 9s.
Matt made a really good safety there. Instead of trying to go for a crazy shot, he played it safe, and after a match here in this room where the tables are a little faster because they have less use so far than the tables in the main room, they do play faster, but these guys have had a semifinals to get used to the speed a little bit. You can kick 2 cushions here, which is what I would recommend, even if that 3-ball wasn't there in the way. Coming down, bottom cushion, side cushion, you have a chance to make the 1 ball in the side. Oh, I was going to say, 9-ball is right there, or was right there. And instead, it's going to be ball in hand for Jacqueline on team Droppin' 9s. It helps that all the balls are on one side of the table. You don't have to move the cue ball much in this rack. If you're going to try to run out, roll the cue ball up a little bit or stop it right there for her partner. You can make the 2 down the far side of the table. 3 is right there. She just wants to get off the cushion a little bit so he doesn't have to jack up.
Again, this is Matt here at the table for the team of Droppin' Nines.
Well, he got his point, but nowhere to go for Jacqueline there other than kicking into the side rail and back out at the 3. I don't think she can go down to the bottom cushion. It's going to be close, very close if she can even do that. You can see the angle. The 3 is so close to the rail. Oh, she was able to hit it. Here we go. And again, a little luck, just like slopping a ball in. You can just as well get lucky in position. She hit that, and she got rewarded. It does pay to hit him. But
Don't go there yet. Don't go there yet. We'll talk about it in between
You're not
racks.
right on any level. Nice shot. There's a nice combination.
That is Adam Ray there.
See how you really stroked through that ball. Really played a nice shot and was rewarded big time. Just tap this in. I think the 3, 4, 6 should be history here if he doesn't get too far. We see Chris looking up a lot. What he's looking at is he's looking at the score
Monitor overhead.
on the big screen that we have overhead. This huge big screen that you can see from anywhere in the room. So you can check the score out there. You can check the layout from above. I noticed that in the semis he was looking up constantly at the big board. All right. So not very good position here on the 6 ball, especially if you're going to try to get over on the 9. So the key here is just to make the 6, and then whatever happens with the 9 happens. Just be careful not to follow it in.
Oh.
Oh, side pocket scratch. No.
Oh. That'll bring Jacqueline to the table here. Jacqueline Wargo, skill level 4 for the team of Droppin' Nines.
I don't believe they've taken their
Well,
time
maybe
out. They're
it's-
trying to figure out
okay.
with rotation.
So they were a little off on
yeah.
the rotation there. It's actually Matt's turn at the table. Again, that's the alternate shot format that we talked a little bit about.
Went for the bank, and I think he may have made it. No, just came up
Not
short a little
quite.
bit. And here, this shot here is the definitely rail first. It's the best way to go with this shot. No, he didn't want to come all the way around, so he's left he took care of his, and he just left this for his partner. Say, yeah, I made mine.
Chris will have an opportunity to pick up another 2 points, which would make it 8-2 after the first rack, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
No, definitely not. This is not a hanger by any means.
And now Jacqueline will have an opportunity to pocket that 9 ball in the opposite corner.
Again, just make sure not to follow it in here. Just gotta hit low and firm. Stroke it real nice.
And
Careful.
she pockets
Oh.
the 9 for 2 more points. So Ava, in between racks here, something that I got a little bit of a bone to pick with you. You know, last night was Poolapalooza and also Cinco de Mayo, and I had high hopes that we would hang out and do some mariachi and some, you know, partying. You stood me up.
Well, I was there. I saw where you were, and I kind of went the other
So
way
I
'cause look
I
at
decided
you.
I would bring you, you know, some of the
Really?
giveaways that we missed last night because again you didn't show up and here
Hey,
I am. I'm waiting and I'm
hey.
waiting and I'm
I
lonely
can
and
do
I'm
this.
sad and
I can do this. Wait.
there we go. See, just like this.
I'm not like that.
Perfect. I
Is
like
it
that.
upside down? It's upside down. It goes this way, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect. See, if you folks didn't make it to the pool party last
we
night,
go.
you certainly missed out. There we
Can't
go.
can't
All
believe you get me to
right.
do this.
All right. Let's see what we missed last night. Yeah.
Why did you get the happy up one
Yeah.
and I got this thing?
I just felt like the curly one fit me a little bit better.
Okay.
So,
got it.
all right, folks, back to the action here. The stashes
You're
don't stay
not
on
right.
very long,
You're
do they?
not right on the spot anywhere. Ooh, that 9-ball flirting. We're going in, and the cue ball goes in instead. And this could be a quick 3 points right here. That 2 is right by the 9. Ball in hand on the 1. Might as well pick up a point here on the 1 before you go for the combination.
It was an outstanding pool party last night for those that were there.
It was
So,
great.
Great time, yeah. And I know you did stop by out there. We just missed each other, but good time to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Man, the food they had out there was incredible too. They had tacos and quesadillas, and so it's just that it was a perfect night.
Florian.
Great
was
weather. Florian
doing
was
his
there.
thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you don't want to do
Watch
that.
that side pocket.
Oh, you
Well,
lucky there. Flirting with disaster.
little score adjustment there. You see last minute decision actually leading 7-4 and needing 4 fewer points based on the skill level differential. And we've got a 2-9 combination, so add 2 points to the board for last minute decision. That'll take them to 9. That will take them to 9. There we go. And they now lead 9-4 over. You didn't like your stash? I see you took it off already.
No, it's like ripped my skin off.
Yeah.
You can keep the mustache.
I've always wanted
I'm
a
good.
stash like this, but I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
have a stash.
Especially that
Does it
happy
look right?
up,
Do I look
up
like
thing. Yeah, it
Tom
looks.
Selleck or
No, not really. And I
somebody
got to get
famous
this
with
thing
a
off my head
stash?
'cause. Yeah, no, no. I think you should leave it on there. I'm sure Katie would be real happy if you came home with that thing on your face. All right. 1 ball is makeable, but it's not easy because of what the 4 is, and you pretty much just forget about getting over for the 2. You might as well go ahead and leave a bank shot, which would be very makeable. The
Good
8 ball will work.
combination
There you
shot,
go.
yeah.
That solved a lot right there. Now you can get on the 2 with no problem. You know, when you have a team that is playing well and kind of moving around and things start going their way,
Right.
again, I can't say it enough. You know, you can talk to any pro, any world champion out there. Nobody has ever won a tournament without getting some luck on their side. Especially if everybody is about this, you know, equal skill levels. Somebody's got to win, and it's usually the one that gets that extra push
Right.
of getting a little bit lucky.
Little momentum, little luck. Of
Sure.
course, missed 2 ball there by Chris Whitlow.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of it too when you get
Absolutely.
lucky. That's the other part.
Absolutely.
I'll see if Jacqueline can come up with something here. She would have to follow this or draw it. If she stops right there, I don't believe that her partner is going to have a shot to even hit the 4. No. Had to go either way.
This is Matt Kornfeld at the table.
Yeah, you need to hit those.
Ouch.
There are certain times where kicking at a ball is really difficult, but that
Right.
kind of a kick you need to hit. Giving up ball in hand there and 1, 2, 3, 4 points, whatever it
It's-
is, that hurts.
It's interesting too because both these teams looked very comfortable in the semifinal. Early on here, maybe not quite as comfortable. I'm guessing that's just the stakes, you know, that the championship now on the line.
Yeah, and you're this close. I
Right.
mean, in the last round, I think you have that feeling of, well, I'm happy I did as well as I
Right.
did. But then all of a sudden you get into this and you go, oh my God,
I'm
we
one
can
away,
win.
one win away,
Yeah, I want to go home
31 or
second.
35 points away from being a champion. So
He's going to try to hold the cue ball there for the 6. Good job. A little more angle, obviously, that he wanted to leave his partner, but
last minute decision. Should have got the backstory on that. I wonder if that was like a last minute decision to play in the
I'm
tournament
sure
that
it was.
qualified for him to get here, or what that is. But
I'm sure it was.
looked like it was the right decision one way or another because here
Yeah.
they are in the championship. So we started out with
Yeah, I would have changed my name by now and just said, hey, the right decision.
right. Yeah, we started with 256 teams in the 9-ball doubles championship. So the last two standing, one from Pennsylvania and one from Massachusetts.
An opportunity for a bank here. And
The scratch in the side pocket.
no
so
luck that time.
all right, well, we'll see if this can get some momentum going for the dropping 9s. 3 points still available on the table in this rack.
Not bad. She came out a little bit longer, but all right. They really need this. Dropping 9s. Need this 9-ball big time to stay in this match. No. Kind of twisted his wrist a little bit. At least he controlled the cue ball to keep that at the other side of the table.
Yeah, it was dressed with them and they changed, so we'll see.
Elusive 9-ball here. And it's funny because every time the one team misses, they leave the cue ball down on the
Right.
cushion on one side of the table or the other. So Jacqueline gets another shot at it here. It's not the kind of shot you want to slow roll. So if you do miss it, you don't want to leave it hanging in the pocket. Oh, and there was no
Nice
missing
job
that one.
there by
Right in the
Jacqueline.
heart of the
Big
pocket. Good
2
shot.
points for her team. Big 2 points, and they'll have the break following the rack here. Close the gap a little bit on the last minute decision.
Yeah, it was only 2 points, but it kind of stopped a runaway there
Exactly.
because not just in the points, but also kind of mentally. And now they get to break as well, so hopefully they can make 1 or 2, and that could be a 5-10 point change. I mean, turnaround.
Right.
Just a shot like that.
Lots of folks tuning in and watching us. We're trying to kind of keep up with some of the comments. Boy, it's hard to keep up with them. They just come fast and furious. Oh, just missed the
9-ball
9 on the
flirting
break.
there.
The 8, was that the 8 that went?
That was
No,
the 6 ball.
6 ball that went. Okay.
We still need to work with you in the colors here a little bit, but you're not one of those guys that are colorblind, are you?
No, but I tell you what, it's the coloration of the balls on the monitor that we're following
Yeah,
is
that's
a little
true.
challenging sometimes.
I was just
It
picking
does.
at you.
I know. But
I
I
know
do
you're a really good player and you know the color of the balls.
I do use a cheat sheet, however, on the
Jackie tried to play a billiard there. Failed, but I think she left the shot at the 1. But the cue ball being on the cushion like that, it's going to be hard to make that and not follow it in. He can hit enough to make it, I believe, but what to do with the cue ball here?
Curious for those that are tuning in at home where you're tuning in from. Tuning in from home, tuning in from your local pool room, tuning in on your mobile device. Would be curious to hear from you.
Oh, ball in hand. Now what do you do here? I know that I would shoot the 1-9 combo here and just take the 2 points, only unless the 3 ball is makeable. If you can make the 3, then you may want to go ahead and take the points, but if that 3 ball isn't makeable by the 7, it must be, or he would be shooting the combination here. Decisions.
Some folks asking, where's the commentator's booth? When we get on a in between racks, we'll show you an overview shot of the room here, and you can get an idea for the layout.
We're kind of from the angle of the camera. We're kind of right behind this
Yeah.
particular camera right here, so that's the view that we have of the table, besides
Right.
having a screen to look at as well. There, you see us over there.
There we are back there.
All right, 3 ball is makeable, so
And yes, this is the finals of the 9-ball doubles championship. And a couple folks looking for some clarification. This is the final round. One of these two teams be taking home $3,500 in prize money. All part of a whopping $662,000 some odd dollars paid out here at the Pool Player Championships.
well, those balls kind of went all the way around and almost in the same position again, leaving a bank now for the last minute decision instead. Adam Ray is going to have this bank shot, or he can cut it down. They're going to talk about it a little bit, decide what to do.
They're going to use their timeout, which we mentioned, 1 timeout per team per game or per rack. Again, you kind of see the overview and Ava with her sombrero in the background.
I
A little bit
wouldn't
of
call
a
that
crowd that's
sombrero.
come
Well, I
in.
guess
It's,
it
you
is.
know, it is a little bit late. Some of the folks giving us a wave. Of course, you see some of the action in the hall. We do have a lot of activity still going on down in the main tournament room where the 8-Ball Classic is still in full swing, getting into the latter stages now.
And Mini
That
Mania
particular
is
event.
going
And Mini
full
Mania,
force,
yeah,
too.
Mini Mania is always full force all the time. We run Mini Mania nearly 20 hours a day. I think they only shut it down basically so they can clean the room.
Yeah.
Always a really good time. If you've never been out here to Las Vegas to one of our events, book your tickets for August because it is a sight to be seen, no doubt. Oh, misses the 2 and scratches in the side.
Nothing worked there. I think he was trying to play the 4 ball down there, and he could make the 9 off the 5, make the 4 off the 9. He just hit that point in the side pocket, and everything went wrong from there. So, ball in hand.
Folks from Pensacola, Indiana, Colorado, New York, all over the country tuning in. Mobile, Alabama, Phoenix, Arizona. Appreciate all of our viewers tuning in, catching this coverage, our 4th of 5 championship matches we've been covering. Of course, we'll be back bright and early tomorrow, 10 a.m. with semifinal round coverage of the 8-Ball Classic. And that will feature 10 tables. You saw the room overview here with all the different tables. There are 10 tables to accommodate the 5 tiers in the 8-Ball Classic. Some folks from Salt Lake City, Pasadena. They're coming quickly. Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Be curious to know if we got any folks tuning in from overseas, as Matt Cornfield looks to pick up 2 more points for his team dropping 9s, who have now pulled ahead of last-minute decision. Of course, there is a 4-point differential, and the points must win. So, Ava, we are essentially deadlocked here. We are about a point away from an all-out tie. So
far, so fair.
Yeah.
Now, both of them have been playing. That was the first kind of run that we had. The balls were laying for it, but I mean, it's they're both teams are starting to look a little bit more comfortable here. And like any other pool game, so much has to do with how the table turns out,
Right.
where the balls are. You can only do so much that as far as what the table gives you. So
My old friend Kevin Picard tuning in. Kevin, you might have met Kevin back. He used to work with the Seminole tribe down there at the Hard Rock
yeah,
in
yeah,
Hollywood, Florida, where the WPBA had a lot of great events for many years. That was one of my favorites to go see you guys play.
that was a great
that was
event.
a great
Yeah,
venue.
absolutely.
Kevin
Super
was-
location. There's
Kevin
that
was-
9 ball.
Oh,
Sorry,
there it
there's that
was,
9
yeah.
ball. That's
So there
been
we go.
flirting.
Big 2 points.
They actually got 3 points there. They got a second ball on the break as well. So three balls total. 3 points total.
Jim Holiday saying hello to both of us from
Hi, Jim.
Kansas. A lot of folks tuning in. Yeah, I used to love that event there at the Hard Rock, though. Kevin
Yeah.
was part of their sports marketing team. I know, I believe his sister is pretty active in APA as well. I think she's played in some doubles events and things. Lauren, I believe. It's funny, with 250,000 players, like, some of them do stand out. Like, I mean, you start to remember some of them over the years because they're here so frequently.
Exactly.
And they're always, whether they come out for doubles or just mini mania, and they say hello and you get a chance to kind of interact with them. So
Another big break. The 9 ball's moving, but it didn't go in the corner pocket. And remember
the
when
9 ball didn't, but about everything else didn't it?
Yeah, he made 3
The-
balls, 3 more points
The
there.
1,
That's
the
big.
3, the 4.
You got to remember when you're racking the balls
the
as a
2.
breaker, you want to make sure the top 3 balls that you're going to hit are frozen. But if you are if you're the breaker, if you're going to rack the balls, make sure that the bottom balls are frozen, that they're all touching, or that's what's going to happen. The 9 ball is going to move like crazy. All balls perfectly frozen, the 9 ball doesn't move, and that's very difficult to do. To have the same pressure on each ball, but it's usually the racker's fault if the 9 ball hits towards that corner pocket, so it's something to pay attention to.
That's a free lesson from a Hall of Famer, folks.
A racking lesson.
Take her advice. Some folks asking about how to follow the tournament bracket. You can go to our website, poolplayers.com, and link to CompuSport. That's where we have all of the brackets for all these different events, including the 8-Ball Classic, which is still going on. Also getting some comments wondering about skill levels here. Basically, these are all mid-range amateur players. So if you're tuning in expecting to see, every ball pocketed, you need to be watching the Masters or one of those types of events. These players are all skill level 4s and 5s that are left at this point. So not uncommon to see them miss a shot here and there.
No, this is what's so great. It's people that have enjoyed the game, maybe played some when you were a kid, and then decided life kind of set in, and I'm not going to be a professional pool player, so maybe I
Right.
should pay attention to my studies or my job
Well, and
and raise a family. Or you have people that had just joined in and never played before,
Yeah.
and then just got good enough to. It can be anybody on every skill level or background that makes it here to
Sure.
these championships.
Well, and we talked about it earlier, but there's also something to be said about performing on a live stream and knowing that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people tuning in, watching you play. It's a far cry from the local league experience. So, I think there's some folks maybe tuning in that are a little harsh as to the ability of some of these players. Again, they've
Well, that's just
navigated a
ridiculous.
field of
Just-
256
yeah.
players down to a final, and we have changed it up a little bit on them with throwing the cameras and things on them. Obviously, maybe
Some
3 or
people
4 dozen people here
perform
in the
and
room.
play
yeah.
way out of their mind in one match and then play horrible the next match. Some people hate playing under pressure and they struggle.
Sure.
They do well in the tournament, come out here and get. I mean, that's what's called an amateur.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's out here fighting as hard as they possibly can, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Chris pockets the 5 in the side there.
All right, long tester here off the rail. Just really got to keep your head down here. Natural position. If you just make it,
Nice shot.
good shot.
Allen pockets the 6 in the corner.
That's the best
Needs
kind
good
of shot.
position on.
Yeah, when you know
7.
that all you have to do is make it.
Right.
You don't have to come with a big draw shot or left spin or right spin or super follow or anything else. If you're on the correct side of the ball and you play a good pattern, you should be able to just play with center ball, just speed control, because the natural angle will take you where it needs to go.
Pockets the 7 in the corner, but narrowly misses scratching in the side. Some questions about the rules. So basically, these players, they have each of them has a skill level. Those skill levels are combined to give them their skill level combo, and they are then assigned a points must win. You get 1 point per ball, 2 points for the 9 ball, and the first team to get to their number. In this case, the first team either for the drop of 9s to get to 35 or the last minute decision to get to 31. That will be your winner. So again, 1 point per ball, 2 points for the 9 ball. Also some questions about whether the tables are open or not. And the tables, yes, they are open. You are seeing them push the coin mechanism in to release the balls. But yes, the tables most definitely open.
Uh-oh.
There's a scratch in that. Man, it seems like it's always that same side that we're seeing a lot of scratches in. But
and this match continues to stay close. That scratch right there, though, is going to give last-minute decision to take a little bit of an advantage here.
I'm going to question, is this snooker? This is definitely not snooker. This
No.
is 9 ball being played on 3.5 by 7 foot table. So definitely not snooker. Might want to Google that one. And at the table here, you're seeing Chris Whitlow attempting to pocket the 8 on the side. Now he's saying, is this 8 ball? Well, this is most definitely 9 ball.
I think you're going in the wrong direction.
Am
I
I
think those are old questions.
comments.
You want to go all the way up, I believe.
There we go.
We'll get it live. We're trying to do like 6 things at once here.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
We'll let Becky take over the answer in the comments for now as we get ever so close to a decision in this final match. Dropping 9s now leading by just 2 points, needing 11 points for a win. Last minute decision with 22 points, needing just 9 more points to get to that magic number 31. So we've got an 11-9 race at this point.
He wants a little double
Wants
check
to
on
check
the
out that
rack here.
rack, yeah.
There must be a space there, looks like, between the 6 and the 8, so he's going to tighten them up. And again, top half of the rack he wants frozen so you don't get one of those dud racks. At the same time, Matt needs to make sure that he doesn't keep the bottom half loose, because that 9 ball has been flirting with the right-hand corner pocket quite a bit in this match. It looks good from here.
Chris with another strong break.
2 ball
Pockets
goes.
the 2 ball, avoids the scratch.
All right.
Now
Shoot.
just 8 points away.
Open shot on the 1. Whoops.
Misses the 9 in the corner. Scratches in that side pocket.
The 1, yeah.
You have ball in
Now
hand.
ball in
to
hand.
Dropping 9s. will look to close the gap here on their opponent, who has pulled ahead ever so slightly.
Not an easy way to get on this 3 ball. 6 is blocking one pocket, 7, 8 the other, and they're close enough to the 3 that taking a chance here, you want to make sure that you can hit it. If you can't get on it comfortably without snookering yourself, you can always make the 1 ball and then play a safety. Whenever the ball is close to other balls like that, it's pretty easy to play a safe. Don't be afraid to play a defensive shot. See, he was so worried about going into the 6 ball with the cue ball there that he missed the 1 ball with ball in hand. And it wasn't like if that was the only ball on the table, he obviously would have made the 1, but because he was trying to create so much with the cue ball, took his eye off of it, and that's what happens.
Yeah, and at this point in the match,
Every
bad
point
timing.
matters.
Yeah, really
Oh boy.
bad timing.
Was a little bit fortunate here with the leave. And again, I haven't seen hardly any safety play by either one of these teams, but this is again one of those times. You try to bank this 1 ball, you could very easily go straight into the corner, so I highly would recommend a safe, and that was well executed.
Jacqueline will return to the table. Looks like she's got a opportunity to make contact with the 1 ball. What she's going to do with it from there,
Yeah, it's tough to tell if
Yeah.
she can even hit it. It's close. Yeah, she's aiming like she can. You can see there, she can see a
Right.
sliver of it, so.
Oh,
Oh boy. You know, we talk a lot about having patience playing 8 ball, but I tell you what, you gotta have patience playing 9 ball too. You don't have to go for every single shot. You can
Right.
play a defensive shot, and that, if you snooker somebody, that could result in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points right there. All right, 1 down, little by little, 1 point at a time. Dropping 9s.
now 7 points away for
4.
last minute decision.
Yeah.
Dropping 9,
11.
still needing 11.
And the big difference here is that last minute decision have enough points on the table right now to win. And dropping 9s have to go into the next rack. It looks like all he's going to have there is, unless he decides to go defensively, is a combination 3-7. That 7 is so far from the pocket, it's not easy, and he has to jack up over the 9. This is not an easy situation.
Matt Cornfield here.
Oh boy.
Can't pocket the 3 in the corner.
Adam's got a pretty good cut here, but he should have no problem making this 3. If you just focus on getting that 1 point, there's not much you can do with the 4 ball right now, so just focus on getting your point, and then think about what you're going to do after that. Oh, got lucky again. You know, in this situation, just grab whatever points you can get.
Exactly.
It's one thing if the table is open, then focus on position and all that, but just don't snooker yourself.
Right.
Make the ball, make sure that you can play a defensive shot if you can't make an offensive one.
I'm looking at some of these comments. I think when you see the overhead shot of the table, it makes the shots seem like they should be easier to execute.
Oh,
but again,
always.
it's much different to try to grab the cue
Always.
stick and to make the actual shot. It's not like a video game, folks. So
Yeah, it's like I said, unless you've been out here and you have played, you don't have much knowledge about what you're talking about, because that
Right.
the pressure, the
Right.
situation, you know, the whole thing is a bit overwhelming.
yeah,
All right, so missed breaking the balls out. He tried to go into the cushion and come out and had way too much left draw on that. Missed the whole thing. And the combination here is barely makeable. Yeah, you would have to hit that so thin because the balls were so close together. That was a tough combo.
We'll see if dropping nines can get something going here. Got to be frustrating for them at this point.
Well, the table isn't cooperating at all either.
Yeah. They're
tough
getting up there.
leads
They're
when
not
somebody
exactly.
miss
Yeah, they're just not getting any really great shots.
And this is one of those that usually happens, that somebody makes a mistake and all of a sudden the table opens wide out open and somebody pretty much runs out from
Right.
there. See here again, a tough leave. You know, yeah, the combo looks real easy from here above,
Sure.
but it's very difficult from
Right.
down there. She can shoot this 4-ball down in the corner, but also a difficult shot. So it's just how things are working out right now. And 9-ball, most aggravating thing sometimes is that fact that you only have one ball to shoot at.
Yeah.
Well, I think that luck temporarily ran out for dropping nines there.
Right.
Last minute decision has a chance, good chance, make this come across table. Just don't hit this too firm. Pay attention to the cue ball. You can run and get behind the 9. You can scratch in the side, and there it is, not behind the 9.
Drops the 4-ball, and again inches
That's
yet another
gonna be
point closer.
very close if he can hit that 5-ball to make it. You can always go rail first, which makes the tough shot tougher, obviously, but
Last minute decision, now 5 points away.
nice shot.
Chris Whitlow pockets
Rail
the
first, perfect shot.
5-ball in the corner.
Played
Now
with good
needing
speed.
Just 4 points.
Again, built in position. All you have to do is lag the ball in. Perfect. This is not as automatically, and at automatic you can see that cue ball wants to go a little bit more toward the left. I don't think he might be straight enough to where he can follow up for a better shot on an 8. But you just got to make sure you make yours. Oh yeah, he was in good shape. And here we go.
Very close, Seva. We are very close to crowning new champions.
These 2 balls, and they will walk away with the trophy and the big cash.
$3,500 at stake for the winning team.
Oh, nice shot. Slid it in there. Did not leave much for his partner, though.
And last minute decision is now 1 ball away from victory.
Can't tell if he is in one of those places where he makes it and he's going to scratch. He may be able to hit the soft and in the outside of the, yeah, see where that is. If he tries to cut that in the corner, he's got trouble. If he tries to cut it into the side, not only is that almost super ridiculously difficult, but you got to really let the cue ball go. And if you can avoid the scratch, it's going to fly around the table. I don't think he can cut it either place. It landed just exactly where you don't want it.
Well, if they're going to end it here, they're going to have to earn it.
You heard, you heard it right there,
He
and
hit
a
it right
scratch.
on the
That's what I
scratch,
mean.
so that'll be 2
Anytime
points
you have
here.
to let the cue ball loose like that, and you got to fire at it,
Right.
that's when the scratches come in. And that's why what I was saying before is that you don't see scratches as much in 8-ball as you do in 9-ball, because that cue ball moves around a lot more. So
2 points out there now for dropping nines.
Dropping nines
That'll
are
leave
still
them
alive.
to 26. Again, they'll have the break here, so potentially break and run. Need a big break and a break and run, I think, here. What do you think, Ava?
You never know.
That would do it, though, right?
Yeah.
Now down just 9 points, so the points will be here in this next rack, and they do have the break, so we've certainly seen stranger things happen,
No question.
as evidenced by the end of that wheelchair final that we saw earlier today.
Yeah, that was devastating for
Yeah.
one and a very happy day
Joyous for the
another.
other, yeah, and it's
But all you can do is be available. If you do what you can do, and then if somebody else decides to give it to you or they get unfortunate, just say thank you very much and say it was my day. But
Right.
if you give up at any point, or then you're not going to be there for when they try to
Right.
give it to you. So
So let's see what Jacqueline can do with this break here. You gotta love people on the internet, don't you?
oh, 6 ball, 6 ball.
The 6 ball drops. That's one more point. And one more opportunity at the table for dropping nines. Looks like he's potentially got a shot on the 1 ball, right?
Oh, definitely. Cue ball's going to go a little wild. But if you can get up, down the table and back up again a little bit, then the 2 is right there. So you got to make that one, though. That's the one. Oh, are you going to get this lucky? No, this is it, you guys.
Yeah.
Ball
that's
in
tough.
hand.
Ball in hand, and 1 point only needed here by last minute decision. You're going to see Allen pocket the 1, and that's it, folks. Last minute decision from Woburn, Massachusetts. The 2017 9-ball doubles champion. Looks like they made the right decision being here. Or
I have a
however they
feeling
went
they're
through
going to
that.
come
Yeah.
back next year as the right decision.
I think they'll decide earlier next year, right? So,
Yeah.
again, folks, another great match. They're going to take home $3,500. Congratulations also to the Droppin' Nines. They had a great run through the 256-team doubles bracket. They are taking home $1,200. No, I'm sorry, they're taking home $2,300. So,
2,300.
not a bad payday for all the teams that made it here to the championship arena. I want to remind folks we will be back live streaming tomorrow morning, bright and early, 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's 1 o'clock for you folks on the East Coast. So tune in, join us as we bring you the grand finale. That's coverage of the 8-Ball Classic, the event that started it all here at the April event. Ava and I will be here, and should be another great set of matches. So we look forward to seeing you all in the morning. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.